The verse that has been coming to my mind the last couple of days is from Deuteronomy. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your strength. And this is rephrased in the New Testament. It doesn't say strength at the end. It says with all your mind, with all your whole heart, all your soul, and all your mind. But in the Old Testament, it says all of your strength. And I think that is something that just that last phrase has really been being repeated, with all your strength, with all your strength, with all your strength, because I'm currently dealing with like the temptation of God will be there when I get back. I'm just dealing with a season of like extreme like busyness, which I prayed for, which I asked for, because I'm the kind of person who, like, if I feel like I'm not doing something of worth or productiveness, then I'm worthless, and I'm wasting my time, I'm wasting my life, and I'm going to come to nothing because I'm spending my days doing nothing. And so that's what the result will be. So I went through a season of that, of nothingness, and I prayed for something. And now I have it, and now I'm working a full-time job and a part-time job at a studio and taking care of an elderly woman and all the stuff that comes with that, trying to kind of build this career in music, whatever that might look like. I'm open to like the business or the creative side, but I must give my time and energy to both. And so I'm having to split my time and energy between both being the artist and the businessman, learning about the side of working at a studio or working in for a label, and it takes a lot out of you, obviously, because you have to set time aside. And so because of that, I am dealing with the temptation of God will understand. I'm waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm going to bed sometimes beyond midnight. I'm running off 3-4 hours of sleep some night. Why do I have to wake up at 5 or like 30 minutes earlier when I could use that 30 minutes of sleep to sit and read my Bible like I used to? I used to have, I'm not going to work at 10 o'clock anymore the way that I was in 2022. I'm going to work at 7 a.m. now. I don't have time to sit there, read a couple chapters, pray for 10 to 15 minutes. And God understands. That's the temptation. God, if anybody understands, God understands. I'm trying to be intentional about my relationship with my nieces and nephews. I want to be a significant part of their life. And in order to be that, I have to show up for them. I have to show up for the birthdays. I have to text them. I have to call them. I have to show them that I'm thinking of you. I'm thinking of you. I'm thinking of you. That takes energy. They won't understand if I don't show up. They won't understand. All they'll know is, I don't know her. She didn't show up. But God will understand if I don't have time to pray, if I don't have time to talk, if I don't have time to sit and study and read and discover and memorize verses. If anybody understands, it's Him. So there's a motorcycle passing. Give me 5 minutes. So this is the part where all your strength. Well, God, I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. All this stuff that I'm doing, it's truly at its root, it's for you, because I want to be a positive figure in the lives of the people that I love. I want to build a career that's worth something, that's going to help my family get into a better financial position, or to show them that, like, you can do exactly what you want out of life. You don't have to just have a job where you suffer. You can choose what you want if you're willing to work toward it. And now I have to suffer to get through it. Don't you see that? Don't you see what I'm doing, and that it's actually for you at the end of the day? But you can't just neglect the relationship and expect it to be the same. If I were saying that with my husband, like, honey, you see that I'm working 2 jobs. You see that I'm doing all this stuff. I have all these people that I'm trying to pour into. Why can't you just be okay with me coming home and just sitting on the couch? Why do we have to talk? I've talked all day. Like, if I were to say that to him and have that same expectation of him, he'll be there when I get back. He'll understand. He'll be there when I get back, instead of me prioritizing him, pouring myself out to him as well as everybody else, giving pieces to him. as well as I'm giving to everybody else. I should be doing that with God. And I think that is what that means. If all the strength you have is to just hold on to the bottom of the cloth, just to have, his tunic in your grip, but you're laying on the ground, and that's all the strength you have, I feel like that's honorable still. There's so many motorcycles in the city. There's so many? I mean, I think there's been like 15 in just the 10-minute span that I've been sitting here on every side of the road. Yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. I don't have a solution. All I have is just that verse. With all your strength, pray anyway, even though you're tired. And maybe, I've gotten to the point where I'm so exhausted that like I'm not even doing the stuff that I'm supposed to be doing. All those responsibilities that I signed up for, like, they're piling up because I just don't have the wherewithal. I don't have the energy to give to these things. And it might be because of the route. You know what I'm saying? Like, the place where I go to get energy, I'm not going. The place where I go to, receive strength, I'm not going. I'm just like, he'll be there. I can do all this stuff, and I know that my relationship with him is okay. I'll always know it's okay, even if I'm not pouring into it, even though I'm not giving to it, even though I'm not feeding it. In reality, it's like, am I messing up all this other stuff because I'm not going to my place of strength? I'm not going to drink water. I'm passing out on the job because I'm not drinking water. So yeah, I think that's just a daily application. This is how I can apply it to my life. Keeping the routine. Pray in the morning, pray in the evening. That's actually what the sermon was about at my church today. Just have your routine, a morning prayer, and create a rhythm for yourself. A morning prayer and an evening prayer, and a morning prayer and an evening prayer, and a morning prayer. And if the morning prayer is only 30 seconds or 1 minute long because you got to get up and go, your rhythm is the same. Morning prayer, evening prayer, to give your world to God and to invite him into it. And yeah, so it's interesting because I've heard that verse my whole life, my whole entire life. I've heard it over and over and over and over again. And it's just funny how sometimes you can read a part of the Bible and it's almost like a magnifying glass is on it. Like, oh, this is alive now. There's a heart beating in it all of a sudden. It's like that, almost on point applies to like what I'm dealing with. Okay, this is the instruction. This is how I can move forward. That's why they call, the Bible living, breathing book of God. I don't know if anybody actually says that, if I just made that up. They do say that it's the living, breathing word of God. That's what it is. The living and breathing word of God. And it is. It's very interesting.